Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, yes, we're back. We are officially back. We actually announced our return in another show. It all depends on the order in which you guys are watching these shows there today. I know we gave you guys a good prank on our way out, but we just said, hey, if we're gonna go on a break, let's just have some fun with the audience. I know we got a lot of people. I apologize. A lot of people really took it strongly, but listen, we appreciate all the support. We read a lot of comments which showed us that we have a lot of support out there, and it's something that we appreciate. I'm sure we pissed off some haters towards the end of that video when they found out we were just kidding. But anyway, we just did it in jest and to have some fun. But anyway, we're back today. Now, during my break, there were a bunch of things happening, right? And I was following various news outlets to just kind of stay abreast with what's happening. I can disconnect from my work, but I can't disconnect from the news because otherwise, you know, you're going to have a hard time catching up to what just happened when you get back to work. So I was following various things that were taking place in the sports landscape. So what happened? I was combing through the internet, just chilling on YouTube, and then a video was recommended to me by Two Raw for Sports. And in this video, it was essentially addressing some comments that Gilbert Arenas made about the late, great Kobe Bryant, right? And I was like, okay, what did Gilbert Arenas have to say about Kobe Bryant today, right? Because Gilbert Arenas has this reputation of flip-flopping. One day he'll say one thing, the next day he'll say the other thing. So I looked at the title of his show and it said, Gilbert Arenas called Kobe Bryant trash on defense. The moment I read that title, I immediately knew that Two Raw was going to go off on him. I knew this already. But before I even clicked on the video, I had to reconcile my emotions and how I reacted to it initially. When I first heard that, it was maddening. It was vexing for so many different reasons, right? So I then decided to click on his show to hear what he had to say because he was giving me the news. And he pretty much expressed a lot of the things that I felt, but then he also gave some information that I was unaware of. When I heard that news, that Gilbert Arenas said Kobe Bryant was trash on defense, I knew we have a problem. I knew we have a serious problem. Here's why. The sports media landscape is evolving so quickly that it's becoming very hard to keep track of what's real and what's fake. It's becoming really hard to keep track on what's good and what's bad. Because there's so many voices, there's so many opinions out there, and there's all of this noise, and it's starting to get hard to understand, okay, who are the guys out here that are putting out quality information, not just content? Let me repeat that. Who are the guys that are out here putting out quality information, not just content? Well, content is just videos. Quality information is what's being said in the videos. And that's a little bit harder to find. So I said, okay, let me understand what was going on. Let me actually search for the quotes. So I did some research and I came across an article from the Sports Rush where they were addressing this. And the article essentially says, Gilbert Arenas was one of the most dynamic NBA guards in the 2000s. Despite having his career cut short due to injuries, when healthy, he would routinely make fans giddy with how entertaining his game was. Even though Agent Zero never came close to winning an NBA title, he was a lethal force offensively. During the 3 years of his prime, the sharpshooter torched the league, lodging 27.7 points per game on 43.2% shooting. Giving all his talent, it's natural for the former NBA player to look down even at some of the best defenders the league has ever seen. However, his recent claims of Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard, and Klay Thompson being trash on defense may have been a bit too much. Gilbert Arenas says, all of them defense, them long, like the Klay Thompsons, you're going to get smashed on. The Kobe's, they was trash on defense for me. Kawhi, you're too slow. I'm getting past that. If some of the best guard defenders can't stop him, then who can? Well, according to the 2003 Most Improved Player, the smaller and stronger guards like Patrick Beverley and Marcus Smart would cause him a lot of trouble. It'll be like the Pat Bevs, the Marcus Smarts, the stronger guards who can move left or right that can stop me from just using my speed. I couldn't even bring the ball up the court. He literally rips me every time. No other player I've ever been ripped from him 2-3 times a game, Arenas said. I want to go back to my original comments. Sports media is turning into one of the biggest dirty sections in media, period. Sports media is now becoming this thing where everything goes. You don't have to be good. You don't have to have any kind of decorum. You don't have to think about what you're saying. You can just basically cut on a mic, spend $50,000 on a set, and just start talking. Just start filling up the air. And just start talking. And all of a sudden, you're going to, grow into something big. Which, in my opinion, is diluting the understanding of NBA fans. When you ingest trash, you yourself become trash. This is what's happening. First of all, some NBA players get to hide behind the veil of, well, I played in the NBA, so therefore, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So, because you played in the NBA, you think it makes sense to say that Kobe Bryant was a trash defender on me? Well, I did some research, I did some research to understand what really took place when Kobe Bryant and Gilbert Arenas faced each other. Because apparently Kobe Bryant was this trash defender. And I heard a lot of people that were coming to the defense of Gilbert Arenas saying, well, Kobe Bryant made all of those defensive teams on Reputation. So let me ask you, when did what years did he make it on Reputation? And if Kobe Bryant made all of those defensive teams on Reputation, what NBA players that actually made defensive teams didn't make it on because of Reputation? Or better yet, the players that made less defensive teams than Kobe, because Kobe made all those defensive teams on his Reputation, and those guys made a limited amount of defensive teams, then how terrible, just how trash were those guys on defense actually? When you have morons running amok, this is what happens. Let me get to the stats. Kobe Bryant versus Gilbert Arenas for his career. Kobe Bryant scored against Gilbert Arenas 29.8 points per game. He got 6.2 rebounds, 6.4 assists, averaged 1.4 steals, shot 48.1% from the floor against Gilbert Arenas, shot 44% from against Gilbert Arenas from the three, shot 80% from the free throw line when he faced Gilbert Arenas, right? So this is Kobe playing against Gilbert Arenas, who, by the way, never, not ever, ever, ever in his career made not even one single all defensive team. Talking about who's a good defender. Now, let's get to Gilbert Arenas' stats when he faced Kobe. Well, Gilbert Arenas, the guy that gave Kobe 60, because this whole conversation is based on the one game that Gilbert Arenas scored 60 points. Again, this is the whole claim to fame. Gilbert Arenas, playing against Kobe, shot 40.6% from the field, shot 31.3% from the three, and averaged 24.2 points per game for the games he played against Kobe Bryant. What help me figure it out here? I thought Kobe Bryant was trash on defense. Help me figure it out. I thought Kobe Bryant was trash on defense, so why am I not seeing, why aren't you shooting 55% against Kobe? You know what some people are going to say? Well, that's not exactly true. That's not exactly true because he's playing against the Lakers team. He's playing against the Lakers team. He's not really playing against Kobe Bryant. He's playing against the Lakers team. Here are some of the players I've seen Kobe Bryant guard. Players, by the way, that he was older than. So they had an advantage of youth against him. Youth. I've seen Kobe Bryant play some crazy defense against D. Wade. I've seen Kobe Bryant play some all-world defense against LeBron James. I've seen Kobe Bryant play some of the best defense on perimeter players of any player ever, and is one of the reasons why Kobe is tied for the most all defensive selections for guard in NBA history. He's up there with Gary Payton and Michael Jordan and those dudes. That's the echelon. I'm not even gonna address the stupidity of even mentioning Kawhi Leonard. I'm not even going to get into that and waste a second of my time on him torching Kawhi Leonard. I'm not even going to waste a second of my time. But of course, the dweebs in the background will say, oh, well, Kawhi is also doing it. So everybody doing it off of reputation. Everybody doing it off of reputation. All of my little sons and my little daughters running around quoting me, talking like me, doing thumbnails like me. All of my little daughters running around, they're going to be the ones saying this stupidity. They're the ones saying this. To me, what's crazy was, where was all of this talking and yapping when the man was alive? Where was all of this talking when he was alive? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Everybody got all of this smoke, all of this commentary. But when the dude was alive, I never saw this. I remember Gilbert Arenas talking about, damn, I used to go to the arena and I would see Kobe Bryant working out. And I was like, man, I thought I was working hard until I saw him play hard. Oh my God. This is the dude, he was genuflect. So what happened? If Kobe Bryant was alive today, and Kobe was sitting on Gilbert Arenas' show, Gilbert Arenas would have told Kobe, you were trash on defense, and he would have gone on scot-free talking and yap. That's what would have happened. That's what would have happened. Where was all of this smoke for Kobe when he was? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Everybody get the comment on Kobe? What does Shaq say? You ain't got the G14 class. I mean, really? Really? You really? Talking about Bean. Excuse me. You talking about Kobe. Is this what we're doing? We got dudes like Gilbert Arenas talking about Kobe freaking Bryant. Gilbert Arenas was a bad boy. I saw him play. He was nothing close to Kobe Bryant, not even a little bit. Not even the distance between Gilbert Arenas and Kobe was a distance between heaven and earth. It was not even in the same universe. Kobe could do everything times 10 better than Gilbert Arenas. Everything. He could score way better than him. It's not even up for discussion. They're not even in the same universe as scorers. Defenders, well, Gilbert Arenas never made an all-defensive team. Nothing to discuss. Mentally tough, not even in the same universe. Not even in the same universe. Kobe get tight because he's going through a court case. He dropping 40 on the league. Gil get tight. He running for a hammer over a poker game. Goes to show you those dudes' mental wavelength. Don't let these dudes fool you. None of them was on Kobe. Half of these dudes talking about him was never on his level. I never heard nobody nowhere say, oh man, Gilbert Arenas really got something. He ain't got a damn thing for him. Nothing for him. And my only question is, why were you not saying this when the man was alive to defend his name? That's the part I don't understand. Say it when he's alive so he can defend his name. Say it when he was alive so he can defend his name. And if you're not going to be saying nothing positive, then don't say nothing at all. How you going to be talking about a dude that's 100 times better than you? Like 100 times better than you at everything about basketball. Off the court, he better than you. Like, what are we talking about? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding? This what we doing? Man, y'all bet. Yo, this the new media for you. This the new media. You don't think, you just talk. We talking about Kobe Bryant and Gilbert Arenas in the same set. That's all you got to know about what sports media has degenerated into. A top 3 player of all time being compared to Gilbert. This is what it's turned into. Talking about Kawhi Leonard is not good on defense. All right. All right. All right. All right. Next, what I wish I would have seen is if they had a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo playing in the league when Gilbert Arenas was playing, and go put that dude on Giannis or a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James in his prime in the finals, and let's see what those results will be. They will be rubbing barbecue chicken all over his back as they was getting ready to flame him on the court. Talking about Kobe Bryant. Bro, you got to stop. You know, you're not even on that dude's wavelength to be talking about him. You nowhere near. And again, we got some bozos in the comment section that will say, well, Gilbert Arenas did more from basketball than yes, Boo Boo the fool. He was a basketball player. Was I ever a basketball player? You don't get props for doing something that was your job. He was a basketball player. So obviously, did I ever say I played in the NBA? Are you freaking kidding me? This is what sports media is turning into.